Hello, children, good morning. I hope you all are fine and doing good. Today, in English Literature for Class 6, we'll take our next chapter, that is Chapter 11, The Magic Bouquet. Now, this is a very beautiful and a very popular story of China. And before starting with the story, let's quickly go through the main characters or the characters you will find in the story. First one is Widow. She is one of the main character of the story. And second one is Stall Keeper. Third one is Chen. Chen was the son of this widow. Now next is Old Woman. She plays a very important role in this story. The next is Fairy Ladies. And the last one is also a fairy lady, and her name is Lian. Now let's quickly go through the summary of the story. Long ago in China, a woman lived with her 3 sons, and she wore beautiful brocade. She made pictures of animals, birds, flowers, everything. And those pictures are so natural. One day she went out to buy her household things. There she found a beautiful scroll. It showed a beautiful palace, all red and yellow and blue and green, reaching delicately to the sky. All around were fantastic gardens, and walking through them the loveliest maidens. The stall keeper told her that it is a sun palace. The woman could not resist herself from buying that painting. She showed that painting to her son, and her son, that is Chen, suggested her to make a bouquet based on that painting. Now, the woman's bouquet was so amazing and realistic, it would be the closest thing of living there. The woman excitedly agreed. She worked all day and night. She was so focused on recreating the beautiful sun palace that her finger grew raw. She became ill, and at the end of the second year, she finally finished her bouquet. As you can see here in this picture, she became so ill while making that bouquet. As she held up to admire it, a strong wind blew the bouquet over the eastern mountains. The widow fell to the ground and cried to her son to bring back that bouquet, or else she will die. Now her son ran towards the eastern mountains. There was an old woman sat next to a horse. Now that horse is a magical horse. The widow's son, that is Chen, told all the story to that old woman, and she gave her magical horse to Chen. But she had one condition. And what was that condition? She told the boy that on the way there are mountains of flames and a sea of ice. And if he complained once on the way, the horse would throw him off, and the boy would fall into that ice or flames. Now Chen agreed to everything, and somehow he managed to cross the fiery flames and the sea. He arrived at the mountain palace without complaining. There he was welcomed by the fairy ladies. Now there was one fairy lady and her name was Lian. She was very beautiful. She praised Chen's mother bouquet and begged Chen to borrow the bouquet for one more night. Because all the fairy ladies were working on that bouquet, they wanted to make same bouquet for themselves. Before the fairy ladies returned the bouquet, they sewed 2 extra figures on it. Now whose 2 extra figure was that? Now Chen took the bouquet and ran to his mother. His mother embraced her son. The two held it up the bouquet, stretched over the horizon, and wrapped around the two. It means as soon as the woman got that bouquet, she opened that bouquet and stretched it around to look at the bouquet. And when she stretched that bouquet, they went inside that bouquet. And the family realized that they were on the mountain palace, that is Sun Palace. Yes, they had reached the Sun Palace. That means that 2 extra figures on that bouquet were of Chen and his mother. Now, Lian welcomed them as a guest, and Lian begged the women to teach them to make a bouquet, same bouquet. And from that day, the family lived there. And till date, it is said that no one can make that bouquet, because that bouquet was the masterpiece. Only fairy ladies and Chen's mother could make that bouquet and no one else. And the story ends over here. Now children, your homework is quickly go through this story, read it once. It is very simple and it's written in a very simple English. So I hope this video is helpful for you to understand this chapter. Thank you.